Good morning. Matt here with No Lonely Roads. It's a beautiful morning. It's going to be hot again today, but we're early enough that we're going to get a nice hike in. Let's see what we can find. Hi everyone. My name is Matt Relkin, but I'm better known as No Lonely Roads on Instagram. I've spent the last 2 decades seeking out and documenting indigenous cultural sites, mostly focusing on rock imagery. My main goal for sharing these videos is to help educate and spread awareness of proper etiquette when visiting these sacred places. But I also just want to share the wonder and beauty of these irreplaceable national treasures. I'm no expert, nor am I a spokesman for indigenous cultures. I'm just a dude who's become obsessed with rock imagery, and I'd like to share my adventures finding these sites with all of you. So please join me on this journey into a world of history, mystery, and wonder. This is No Lonely Roads. We want to get down into this area here, so this looks like as good a route as any. The overhang. Anything in here? Actually, there's pictographs. I'm telling you, I had no idea about this. There's pictographs up there. Y'all are gonna think I'm making this up. I am not making this up. I chose this route a second ago. I know nothing about this site. And look. You have red Fremont figures. Looks like some other ones scratched in. Oh wow. Some white figures. A white horned figure there. This is nuts. One other thing I want to mention about this particular anthropomorph is it looks like there was paint placed behind it. If I could take it. So look at under the arms, behind the torso, on either side of the head. It looks like they rubbed some paint and then kind of cleared the body out so that it stood out more on the wall. You could see they kind of scratched or rubbed the arms and the head out of the paint, so it's almost like a negative pictograph, and then the body down there is fully painted in white. But I don't think I've seen that technique too many times, maybe if ever. It's another big overhang right next to it. I'm gonna just see if there's anything else. This is a pretty hairy ledge. But there's a nice wall right around this corner, so let's... Okay. Well, Elmer, Huntsman, I guess he forgot how to write numbers because we got January 20th, 1880, I'm guessing. Wonder what that was drawn with. I mean, it almost looks like a kind of tar or something, some kind of petroleum-based paint. Okay. I don't see anything on the ceiling here. So we got Elmer. We got a, oh, there's another one right there. But we have like 150-year-old pictograph inscription right here. Oh man. And then over here we have imagery that's between 500 to 1,000 years old or more. All right, the more I look at this, see more figures. And then up here, there's like a long zigzag line and this kind of geometric design with little hatch marks painted in red. You got some dots over here, and then up here, some black hatch marks kind of on this slanted boulder, so it's a little slippery. I'm just trying to get a view of everything and not slide down. I don't really see anything else. But looking up close to these, you can see the horns had fringes on them. Looks like it had earrings. Nothing else on that wall. Didn't check if there's anything under this little edge. This red figure is pretty cool. It's got a diamond. Well, no, I guess it doesn't. That's just the triangular torso, head with maybe some sort of hair bobs. There's the arms and the waist right there, and then the legs coming down with some big feet. Another outline of a Fremont figure, and then you have one in white, some more faded ones here. I promise you, I'm not scamming anybody. Sometimes I get lucky, and I got lucky. Figure we should stay high, since I already found a few spots. That would have been perfect. A lot of good walls. Man, this landscape is so epic. It just never ceases to amaze me. I could do this every day for the rest of my life, if only. If only. Looking at this overhang. Nothing. Old cans. Old bones. Old rocks. All right. Whew. That's pretty cool. Look at this. Just sticking in the ground. That looks like paint to me. It's so cool to see these pieces of rock that are broken off, these sheets, and it's just water eroded sand. Just old sand dunes or riverbeds or what have you. I'm not a geologist. I might be describing it wrong. I'm sure if I am, y'all educate me in the comments, and I appreciate that. I'm still learning. Oh, these cliffs are awesome. Just kind of waiting to get to the mouth of this little canyon. Then I'm going to turn around. But I just gotta maybe see these walls right up here. Yep. Gonna have to climb over this one with both hands. Okay. And look at this cliff line, all these overhangs. I was gonna head back, but you know how it goes. Go a little further, then we'll turn back. Oh, wait a minute. I see anything over there? Dang it. I thought I saw something. A little further. Just a little further. Right? Then we'll head back. Well, this is something spectacular. Inside a natural shelter of tumbled boulders lies this fantastic pictograph site, painted in white pigment. The images are a mix of ghostly figures, zigzags, and serpentine symbols. Handprints of various sizes are scattered across the wall, as well as patterns made from fingerprints. The hidden nature of the site alludes to a shamanistic purpose, though the presence of both adult and children's prints seems to imply this was a place that saw ceremonies involving all ages. Handprints are one of those symbols that are instantly relatable, as every human can recognize what it is. They reach out to us, as if the rock wall was a thin veil between the long-gone world of the past and the one we live in now. It's often difficult for me to explain how I feel when I find myself in a place like this, but I don't feel afraid or uneasy. I get a kind of deep peace from these sites, an overwhelming feeling of belonging and inclusion, like I've become part of the story now. Though I'm a cultural outsider, I almost always feel welcome here, and it's one of the main reasons I'm so drawn to these ancient places. Remember, I don't touch any of this. You shouldn't either. That's about my size. That's smaller. Some of these prints are quite small. Now this is a print that was either painted beforehand with a design and then they put it on the wall, or they did the print and then kind of drew a design through the paint. That's usually what these are. They're remnants of, that's a print, like a sideways print, but the hand was painted not solid, but with a kind of design, almost like a concentric circle. Let me get a little closer here. I mean, that's a small print. That would be a kid. Look at all those fingerprints. Over there. 6 fingers. I don't think that's an actual handprint. It looks like it's painted on. Gotta be careful not to bump into any of this. think it's important to mention that I'm not discovering any of these sites. I mean, of the maybe 1,000 sites that I've seen, maybe I've found one or two that hasn't been documented somehow. Maybe. But this isn't like I want to be the first one to see these. People have been doing this for a long time. People that are a lot better at it than I am. So many of these sites have been documented. They're just not very well known, and which is great, which is why they still survive. The only discovering I'm doing is self-discovery. I'm discovering these places for myself. Some of them I might know about ahead of time. Some of them I find just on a hunch, or by chance, like the site right before this one, which was literally, I just stumbled into it. I've been doing this for a while. I know what to look for as far as areas that seem ideal for rock imagery, but I am in no way an expert. I'm not groundbreaking here. I'm not, revealing secrets that no one's ever seen before. I'm just a dude who's really into rock imagery, and I want to catch them all like Pokemon. All right. That was wild. We're moving on. I might just head back to the car and see if this one's done. Hope you enjoyed the video. I enjoyed making this one. It was exciting. So, like, subscribe. Over there. Put it right there. There it is. Thanks, everyone. See you soon.